Hello and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Today we're going to do a season review of the 2021-2022 campaign, which has been awful, ain't it? And also, just to clarify, hay fever hit me, not a Barnsley fan, because I know I do look pretty rough. Anyway, let's get into it. So, start of the season, it was alright to be fair. I mean, we didn't spend the most money, did we? Bought in Mowat, manager cost 2 mil. In Ishmael, and things were going alright to be fair. First game of the season against Bournemouth. Football actually wasn't too bad to watch, unlike we saw later on in the season. And then we went on a bit of a run, went a few games unbeaten, and then the penny dropped at Stoke away, which was abysmal, weren't it, really? I don't think we had a shot in that game, and it could have been more, because Stoke had a goal disallowed, which should have counted, as well as missing a penalty. So, yeah. Then we bounced back against Blues, we picked up another couple of results, and then I think we've seen defeats against Swansea, Fulham, Huddersfield, and we also dropped points against Middlesbrough, I'm pretty sure. So it went a bit downhill from there. I'm guessing that was around the time that the penny dropped with Ishmael as well, losing the dressing room, and continuing to play that boring style. But December, we the best away day of the season by far, Coventry City. We picked up a massive win there. Then Reading 1-0 wasn't the most convincing, but 3 points. Then Derby, Barnsley, Cardiff. Oh, don't want to talk about them really, do we? Oh, absolutely abysmal. Then we beat a really poor Peterborough side, and Millwall away, in which the penny did well and truly drop with the supporters, I think, turning on the manager. It wasn't a good away day to go to be fair. I mean, rightfully so we were frustrated, but I don't think it's right to be throwing seats onto the pitch and stuff like that, because it does give our club a bit of bad press, especially when it's a high profile match against Millwall, because they were one of our biggest rivals this season, especially with what happened when we played them in the home fixture. But yeah, seeing a poor run of form, I think it was something stupid 5 hours of in-game time without seeing a goal during February, I'm pretty sure, until the Huddersfield game, which was brilliant to watch, to be fair. Really, it finally showed some of the characters coming out of the shell, I guess, and showing a bit of passion and a bit of desire to do something for the club. Then we go on to Hull away. Decent win, but yeah, again, Hull aren't the best, are they? They're a bit poor. They've only got that Lewis Potter. Apart from him, I don't really rate too many of their lot. And then it was just very wishy-washy, inconsistent form until the end of the season, in which we've won 2 on the bounce in the last 2 against Reading and Barnsley, which isn't a massive achievement. Drawing 0-0 against Coventry as well in the game we should have won, missing a penalty in the last minute through Carroll and Grant. But I guess that's the season rounded up in a few words. But let's get specific really with it. The managers we've had in Ishmael, his football did not suit us at all as a club, did it? I mean, we like to see a bit of flair, a bit of excitement. We want to see players fighting for the badge. We want to see players like Pereira, people who are going to take men on and dribble and go for it, not just sit back and I guess hold on for a draw or a win. So straight away after the games and beating that we went at the start of the season, I think that was when the penny dropped, that we knew it wasn't going to work out with him. I mean, Bruce came in and I think he's done the best he can with what he's got, but I personally think we need to give him time. I understand why other people would say he's not really fit for the club, looking at his track record at teams like Newcastle, Villa, and a couple of others. I think Sunderland didn't do an amazing job, but I think we've just got to keep the faith in him, give him a bit of a chance. I mean, if it doesn't work out, we can always just bring someone else in. But yeah, again, it is revolving door syndrome, can be argued as well. Player of the season, Matt Clark, deserved, to be fair. He's been solid at the back. Personally, I think that Ajayi's had a good season as well. Gardner Rickman's been fantastic. I mean, he hasn't necessarily played as many games as people like Ajayi and Clark, but he showed an impact, which obviously deservedly did so, winning Young Player of the Season, which we can't really complain about that. He's been one of our shining lights from this season. We've started 5 youngsters, I'm pretty sure, 5 lads from the academy, and stuck them into I guess came off the bench or in the first team 11, which is good to see because it shows that we're not just like piling loads and loads of money on transfers. We've actually got stuff like coming from our homegrown academy. So yeah, Andy Carroll as well is a big talking point. I mean, he did. I think him coming in that game against Huddersfield definitely did kind of change the feeling in the club, around the club, and got a bit more, I guess, positivity in there. He definitely changed the dressing room, I think, and gave a few players a bit of a bounce that they needed. What else can I say? I was just going to mention the fact that, however, the thing is with Carroll, him obviously asking for 20 grand a week next season is a bit too much for, I guess, us as a club. We need to be trying to be more financially stable for the future. I mean, this owner we don't know what he's going to do. He's proper, I guess, dodgy with the way he runs our club. I don't think he really cares that much, to be honest. So we couldn't really afford to give Carroll that type of wage. So yeah, I mean, you look at the games that we've dropped points in this season as well. Looking back, the Birmingham City we dropped 3 points to Blues, 5 points against Derby, dropped 2 points against Barnsley. Who else? The Coventry game where we missed the penalty, Bristol City away. These are all games that we really could have and should be winning, really, especially with the chances we have. I guess you can just look back on them and say that we really should have been in there for the playoffs this season, because as a whole, apart from Fulham and Bournemouth, the quality in this league has really not been amazing, has it? I mean, you look at Huddersfield starting 11, and yeah, they're a good unit and they've worked hard to get there, but there's no standout names and there's nothing there which shouts like insane quality, really. As well as like Sheffield United, they've been off the boil all season. They've been inconsistent. I mean, losing 4-1 to Coventry and then losing to Stoke and then currently going on a little bit of a run, like just to get into the playoffs. That should have been the time that we could have got into there and secured a place, but it's one of them. We've just got to write it off as a whole. But I guess next season, use the disappointments and stuff, like in the dressing room and the players, to, I guess, try to bounce back stronger and make sure it never happens again. I think we need a serious clear out. There's 6 or 7 players that really need to go because they just ain't been good enough. I mean, Robinson, this latter half of the season, he's really dropped off, and I think it's his attitude. His attitude is not good. He keeps on giving up on like balls. He's not quick enough. He's not strong enough. It's just really, really disappointing. It can get quite aggravating. I remember that game we played against Stoke, I think, or was it Blackpool or Stoke, where he got booed off the pitch. And I don't think that's really like acceptable, but you can see what happens when fans are getting frustrated. And I don't condone it, but yeah, there's a few others like Reach. Reach he's just so bang average. People like Reach. Who else? Mo. He's had flashes of brilliance, but he's just like, he's not the best, is he? He's not Mateus Pereira. That was who he was supposed to replace. We got that money in from Pereira, and we've barely really invested it. We brought DK in, yeah, but he got injured after about 2 games. He's definitely a positive, though, to take into next season as well, something to look forward to, because he's going to feel like a new signing. He's got something to give. From the sounds of the chap and what he put on social media about him like being prepared and ready to bounce back, I think he'll do a serious good job for us next season and we'll be up there. I've already said in a previous video on another channel that I think we'll get playoffs next season, and yeah, I do. I think that is obviously a minimum for a club of our stature, because we are a Premier League club and we should be up there, and it has been a bit humiliating at times this season with how performances and results have gone. I mean, the main thing with me as a supporter is I go to them games and I want every player on the pitch to give their all. If we win, lose or draw, then if we lose, that's fine. If we give our all, the players do, and fight for the badge, and you can see that, then I don't leave the ground angry with the players. You're just disappointed, obviously, but you can kind of accept it. But there's been times this season which has been really aggravating and annoying as a supporter. As well as this, I wanted to mention Sam Johnston as well leaving the club. I think it's a good thing. I think he's done well. He did really well in the Premier League. He did well in that second Championship season, but he's got his ego's too big for the club. We need Button in, Palmer or Griffiths. They're three quality keepers. Button's, I think he's underrated. I think he gets criticism which isn't deserved. Palmer, he's been in a League One team of the season and a League Two team of the season for Lincoln and Plymouth Argyle respectively. And Griffiths has been doing brilliant on loan with Lincoln, I'm pretty sure. I think it's Lincoln he's been with. So yeah, I think it's definitely time to get him off our wage bill because he's one of the high earners at the club as well, and he's draining a lot of money out of us. So yeah, I'm gonna end it off there because I don't want to ramble on too much. But as a whole, I just want to say that the season is something to guess. Kind of move on from now as a supporter, but we're hoping that the investment is much better in the summer and that next season we can be in that top six and that we actually get players in who want to fight and play for the badge, because that is the most important thing for me, really, and I think it is with all supporters that I've spoken to this season around the grounds. We just want someone to fight for the badge and to give their all. So yeah, I'm going to round it off there. I don't want to ramble on too much. I really do enjoy making the videos for you guys. It's going to be weird not making matchday vlogs for a while and doing obviously the previews and stuff. I'm going to miss it big time, but luckily back in July, fingers crossed we get a nice away day, somewhere decent, like, I don't know, Watford or Norwich or even Leeds if they go down. Just a big club, you know, with a decent atmosphere to bounce off. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Up the Albion. Go on, you baggies. Let's get behind the boys.